Hello, Rick87 here, and welcome back to Combat Nation Battle for Normandy. We rejoin what is left of the 13th, 14th, and 15th Platoon of C Company of the Argyll and Southern Highlanders. So this is continuing the night music scenario in the Scottish Corridor campaign, and we have taken a fair battering. It's fairly safe to say. So, as I'm sure everyone remembers, but just in case you couldn't, the remnants of the 14th Platoon were completely eradicated to a man by a Nebelwerfer strike during the 5th minute of the scenario, which left the kind of 13th holding a very thin line, and these guys were severely under strength, really lacked the number of Brens that you would require, and as expected, they've started to suffer pretty heavy casualties as the German infantry push kind of folds in on them. The one limited success we've had today has been kind of marauding around with our universal carriers, which are doing a reasonable job of at least causing some trouble, if not inflicting a particularly high number of casualties. So we'll continue that. However, our reinforcements, which were due about 7 minutes ago, have finally turned up. Again, not the strongest reinforcement in the world. So this will be our 15th platoon. So we've got some limited strength. So we've got a reasonable number of men in this section, but no Bren gun. We've got a Brain Gun here, but they're sitting at half strength, and we've got a Brain Gun here sitting at 30% strength. We do have one detachment, have a gun, and a mortar who is out of ammo, but they do have a Brain Gun, so some limited use. And we do have another universal carrier for ourselves. So, as you can see with these movements, the kind of plan is, and I was probably being pretty defeatist in the first video, and it's been a couple of days. I've got over my shock at having lost all those troops in that 1 minute, and I thought, let's see if we can't make a go of it. And really, we're gonna have to try and pick and choose our fight. So, the general plan will be to get these guys into a reasonable position, kind of closing in on the objective. Which, if I just bring up, you can see. He says, as nothing happens. Oh, there is it. Just a bit delayed. Is this kind of area here? So we're gonna try and bring the guys up on the edge. Maybe we could get hold of position along this kind of hedge line. Maybe catch the Germans as they either come into this field or around these edges where they can't also engage kind of long range with their machine gun positions at the back. But even then, the kind of individual squads that are coming up generally outmatch some firepower because unfortunately we are under strength and lacking those automatic weapons. So the plan will be to get these guys up first instance along this hedge line, see what the world looks like when we get themselves there, and then kind of reinforce in sensible positions. Meanwhile, grab this universal carrier, swing him out on this left flank as well, because we are having some joy, and we can continue to utilise that. The one area of concern, and one thing I haven't really got a plan for yet, is this chap here. So it's an obviously armoured car with a machine gun. We don't really have anything to counter that. So we've obviously got our Piats, but unless he comes marauding down this lane, then there's not much we can do about it. And in fact, the only Piat we have left standing is this guy with one shell. There is another one on the map somewhere under all this. There is under this crops. He does have a Piat, or it's not. Here it is. You can see it there. It's at the bottom of the screen. So there's another one we do know about. Obviously, can't use it at the minute. But we are woefully under-equipped in terms of anti-vehicle. So we're just going to have to kind of make do with what we've got. Oh, tell a lie. Do you know, I had that sneaking suspicion. We've got one more. Okay. So these guys are now, and they've got a good number around. So these guys are pretty important and probably not in the best position, given that this building has very few automatic weapons. Right, I'm actually going to get you guys to abandon your position and pull you back before more Germans turn up. Because, quite frankly, I need your Piat, I need it alive, and I probably need it over here somewhere. So we'll try and do that. It's always risky moving them around. We'll see. So we'll see if we can't turn this field into a bit more of a trap for the Germans, although I'm not sure if they actually have an entrance into it. Looks like one there. Yeah, okay. Good. So we'll see if we can get them, entice them in here. They'll probably also spill around here because we don't really have any defences there, and we're just going to have to try and catch them and inflict the casualties where we can. Right, without further ado, let's hit the go button, and we'll jump forward in this minute, and we'll see how we get on. So let's see if we can start, at least with a German casualty. Nah. That's pretty disappointing. And that's unfortunately incoming fire from these Germans here. So I might get this guy. I'd kind of hoped he would shoot these Germans there, at least have a go at them. To then swing round, because I know there's a couple kind of coming down this way. Might be useful to try and get him into this field again. But he's in danger of then getting just severely outflanked by infantry, which is then going to generally end badly. Looks like this guy's made a spot, so he should hopefully open up. Oh, and they are pushing on the right hand flank. Hey, some shots out. Let's go see if they're in any way, shape or form effective. We have spotted just a well, some infantryman. I suspect he's part of either an infantry section or an MG section, because we've seen that kind of come down from up here. Not the... Oh, you got him. Good job. Excellent. So, yeah, he's right behind the lines. We do have to worry about this, because that MG will, you know, not annihilate is the wrong word, but will cause plenty of damage. So these things are okay, provide some protection against machine gun fire, but certainly they're not immune to it, and enough hits you'll just get spalling, which will injure the guys inside, and that's kind of all she wrote. Right, let's jump into command phase. So we got these guys out, which is fantastic. I really want some kind of automatic weapon round on this side. We do have this little chap. Oh no, you're just a rifleman actually. I thought we had, here, this chap. He's not in a bad position to actually use his brain gun, kind of when, if and when the Germans push across this field. Then they may not push across this field. But then I'm a little wary of him getting caught from the back. So do you know what I might do actually? Let's move you just down to this position. Oh, that didn't take. I do tend to get a slight input lag sometimes when I'm recording. It runs fine other times, but doesn't like the software. Anyway, get you into there, and then you're not going to get spotted by people kind of coming around this corner. And then we'll just have to wait on our other troops getting in here to provide some automatic fire into this kind of area. Okay. I'd say that's all. Oh, it's not quite everything we're going to do. What to do with this chap? And the real trick is, what can we do without attracting the attentions of that? And I'm not sure. So I know there's a team in here who've got, I think it was an MG. Let's maybe try and swing round that way. Again, conscious that we might get caught in a pretty unpleasant way. Let's swing round like this. I'm not comfortable this is gonna... I feel like I might open ourselves up to that vehicle in a rather unpleasant fashion. The other thing we could say we could be really aggressive and take this position here, but we are really exposed to hand grenades from close-in infantry. But it would allow us much more control of this field. Nah, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try that. He says potentially against better judgment. Meanwhile, this guy, I want him try and actually cross this road if we can. And this might just be the turn for it. What we'll do is we'll get you to come forward. And probably... Actually, no, I'm going to get you to come further back. to scoot here, get all the way across. That's probably too far because of the turning circle you're going to have to take, so let's get rid of that. Get all the way across, and then we'll have you moving around like so. Hopefully that puts you behind some German infantry we can then take advantage of. Now they do have rifle grenades and Panzerschrecks and all sorts, so again, could end badly, but we need to make some calculated risks if we're going to come out of this with any chance of victory, or even a draw would be good. So let's see how we go. So we've got a spot from our break, so he's going to open up maybe? Maybe I should have just left him there actually. That potentially wouldn't have been a bad position. You have ammo, yes? Yeah. See, these were the guys I was targeting. We just might be able to get, although I'm worried about how close we're going to get to them. That's a lot of Germans piling up on this side as well. Right. Where are they? Oh, there. Oh, okay, so they're actually going back across the road. So I think I would have been much better just leaving him exactly where he was. Okay. Yeah, they're all going off that way. Oh! And that is exactly what I was talking about. I suspect that's probably just hand grenades, to be honest. We get so close to this infantry. Yeah, there you go. Hand grenade lob over here. Surprise. Okay. Yeah, that was probably an error on my... Oh, you got bogged. Don't get bogged on my side doing that, but one can surprisingly live with, actually. So we might be able to get you a new gunner. Let's move you around to this position. See if you can't get slightly further eyes on some of this infantry moving about. Meanwhile, I will bring you back. Oh, you've been immobilized. Okay, so you are dead, unfortunately. And you are bogged, so we'll have to see if you can get out of that. These guys moving across. There's maybe not much to do. Could potentially try and pull these guys out, but I'm worried that they're in a spot where they can't be seen by the Germans that were here. But if they try and leave the field, they'll fall into the field of view. So I'm just going to leave them where they are until we get some more support in. Who actually has sight? It's you. What's your commands at the minute? You do have a hide command. It might be time just to open up. See what you can pick off. It's probably going to end up being pretty uncomfortable for you. But we'll give it a go. Okay. Let's push on and forward with the little that we have. If you can't pick off some Germans lying in the field. It's a pretty poor opening shot, mate. Right, well that went spectacularly badly. I'm not convinced they inflicted a single casualty on the Germans, and lost 2/3 of their own strength. And there's a lot of German infantry about. Okay, we can flashes at night and identify more people, which then pick off more. Right, he has made it across, which is excellent. Hopefully he'll get in behind these positions. These guys are being saved by this tree. Okay, do at least have our not so secret weapon in behind the German lines. So where is this MG position that's causing us a little bit of grief? Oh, they're actually on that side of the fence, which is That's kind of annoying, actually. Okay. I do know there's a pocket, or was a pocket of HQ team guys there, so maybe we can try and pick a fight with them. Meanwhile, yeah, it looked to be most of the infantry section of Germans there. So I saw high caliber fire from, I don't know if it was a machine gun or MP40, it didn't look close enough, but one or t'other. But the reinforcements are getting here, which is a welcome sight. Let's get you moved up. How's the way? How do you get through these fields? Over this way, I think. Right, I'll just stick in a cut and get these movements in off camera, and then we'll come back. Okay, orders in. Again, just going to bring them forward to essentially this hedge line. I'm also going to bring one of the P8 guys over here, not against the hedge, but just kind of lurking. So hopefully we can maybe pick off their vehicle if it does come much closer. Meanwhile, we do need to move this chap around. Though we could also get him just to fire at that position. He's in range. He might attract fire from that vehicle. So only downside, really. But we could certainly give it a go. Worth it for at least 1 minute, I think. Alright, let's push on. Let the pain continue. Shots going out, but no lovely red crosses, unfortunately. So I will say, I mean, in terms of German attacking this position, it's very, it's basically very sensible, infantry tactics. Establish a fire base, use the machine guns to essentially suppress our front lines, which is what they did, and then that allows the rest of our infantry to get in close. So I certainly can't complain with the tactics being used against me. Oh, I'd love to have some people who can actually shoot these guys. Who has vision over all this? Our blown up brain. Okay. Have you spotted anyone yet? No. And for all our fire, I think all we've done is convince this guy to stop shooting. Which is, it's not nothing. There's another MG. But it's not the result we need. We need to start inflicting casualties on these guys. They're about to come pouring through. So, and here it starts. Ah, these guys haven't even spotted the Germans out firing at them. That's pretty disappointing. Let's find our spotting seems to be not as good as the Germans has been at this. It could be, I mean, it could be affected by things like morale and stuff. Alright. We'll see if we can't get some shots out in that direction. Not really where I want you to go. That's more like it. That's better. You should be able to hit something at least. It's going to have to be that action square. Can I get you to shoot them? Kind of. Not ideal. And let's cancel that. I'd very much like you to try and move yourself into a flanking position here, if we can get away with it without you getting hand grenaded, which is a definite risk. Oh, I thought we had a clear view. We do. Okay. So you're going to come up here. And then you're going to come around like so. That's far too tight an angle for you. Around like so. And then you should be able to pour a little bit of fire down on them. I'm slightly worried by some of the infantry that was milling around here, and we could find ourselves another carrier down. Right, you are not seeing much of anyone. Maybe scooch a tiny bit closer. But I'm again leery about getting too close. These guys are moving into position. You are back here. It's maybe not a terrible position for you to be in. Okay. Let's go for it. So hopefully some outgoing fire to this corner. He's not even in the foxhole. Just letting that. Just gonna lie between them. Maybe he's playing a trick, you see. They'll aim for the foxholes. So you need to aim over. Hopefully you now have sight and are firing. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's the gunner. The driver's injured. The gunner's still going. Ah. Okay, by all means, shoot it whatever you like. I'm pretty happy with that. Right. You only have sight of one of those guys. Can you see the guy in the corner? Yes. God, it's hard to see the Germans. Alright, so please fire at them if you can. There we go. Hopefully we should inflict. There we go, casualty down. Good. This is a good position, as long as we can hold it. Another casualty. Okay, okay. Finally actually inflicting some casualty, that's nice. Looks like their main push is going in this direction here, where we have essentially no one bar a hiding officer who's not loving life. Meanwhile, we've got sight of... Oh, that's dangerous. A man in the field. What? Oh. You have not been idle, my friend. Let's see what you've been up to. Right. Oh. Our gunner here is actually doing surprisingly good work on this thing. Okay, and he's, you know, entirely expendable at this stage, so I will encourage that. Right, you've sat here for a little bit. There's a machine gun team here you haven't actually noticed. It's funny, he seems to actually notice them before the thing came through. Oh, those guys are running away. Let's just check whether they actually got a casualty inflicted or not, which would be pretty huge actually if it managed it. And it's nice to know that our machine guns can damage this thing as well. Let's go back to before we decided to... Oh, just to... Doesn't look like there was any casualty there, unfortunately. And then we're going to have a close range duel, which I'm not convinced we're going to come the better of. Okay, but it's something. It's a start. A lot of infantry coming in here. Seems to be their main thrust. In and occupy these houses. And then we'll have to see if they try and push around from there. Okay, hit the done button. This guy I'm going to want to reverse. Probably to about here, which should both either allow him to engage this chap or the car. I think we might just have to blast this thing and hope to get lucky. It's generally a bad sign in military tactics where your plan is to hope to get lucky. Meanwhile, can you say anything? No. Right, do we know about any more guys? We might get some there. I'm tempted. I'm going to do it with that car. Slightly out of action. To be a bit more bold with my carrier. Try and catch some more guys out here. Again, it's risky. It's risky. Playing a lot more fast and loose. These guys ran off but are alive. You wanna actually pull it together, actually head up this way. I think we probably want to put some support potentially over in this direction. What have we got over here? Whole bunch of rifles. And then we have our automatic weapon. Let's just combine you guys into single squad. I could potentially put you in this barn, which doesn't offer much protection. Try and catch people in the open when they come around this way. I think we're going to do that because I think there's more chance of them coming through here than through here. Let's bring you into here. Just drop into the first story. This thing won't offer much protection. But it should... that's fine, because they shouldn't come under too much sustained fire, at least until the Germans work out they're there. Leave the rifles where they are for now. We've got Piat there lurking, and we've got our other team with Piat lurking here. Okay, I'm happy with all of that at the minute. Not sure how useful this guy's going to be, because they're going to come in through this field. They also may just come in here and stop. After all, that's the kind of... that's it for them, victory condition-wise. Alright, 23 minutes left, which is a reasonable length of time, considering how engaged we are and how bloodied we are. I can only hope that they are starting to take some casualties as well. I think this is probably going to be the interesting engagement to watch for this next minute, so let's crack on. See if you can reverse quickly enough to get an angle on this guy, which looks like you're being out reversed. Oh. Can you spot the car that's sitting there, and will you do anything to it if you do? Wow, vision at night is terrible. Someone can definitely spot it. Oh, the guy's sitting in the back. Do you want to tell the driver and the gunner about it? No? I'll have to go look at that in a minute, because that's probably my carrier getting killed by being too aggressive with infantry. Looks like you've made it out okay, but I'll go check it out in a minute. Okay, this is... oh, you've just made the spot. Alright, I'm interested to see what we do next next minute. Right, let's go back. See how lucky we got down here. Okay, so Requin's marauding carrier comes bursting through. Oh, I forgot to cancel his target fire, that's okay. We find the remnant infantry lurking, where was it, here somewhere? That's a good start. Nah, that's bad, you missed. Right there. Just one guy having a bad day. Oh, that would be lovely to open up into, but I'm guessing we prioritise this. Or, you know, we don't shoot him at all. We let him regain his composure, turn around and throw a grenade at us. Are you serious? What a shot. Okay, obviously they get spooked, but are very much alive. Still got rounds. Gonna shoot. Absolutely not. That's pretty disappointing. I don't know why my gunners are so reluctant to engage sometimes. Okay, meanwhile, don't think we've seen too much else happen. Let's go command phase. I think it was... oh no, you don't have a target. No, it was you had a target fire order, so let's clear that. Let's get you to actually open fire. Let's cancel this movement order. I might not be able to actually if it's a running away one. Oh, it's not one to do. That's one to do, yes, cancel that. And maybe open fire? It's surprising I actually have to tell you that. So there's two of them there, both with MP40s. Yeah, it's a reasonable force. Oh, that's right, these guys. Oh, that's gonna be uncomfortable. We can try it. I'm not sure it's going to do much, but we'll at least get some lead at them, and hopefully between the two we'll get them suppressed. But it looks like most of the force is going to get away with it, so there must be... oh, we've seen, was it headquarter units in 2, maybe even 3 sections in there. It's a fair number of Germans we're trying to badly hold off. Now you are not doing that much for me here. I almost want someone in these foxholes as like a almost like an early engagement, but the problem is if the German get spotted for Germans behind the hedge, that's not good. I want the Germans in the open. So I'll maybe leave you where you are for the moment. You're just chilling. Ah, you picked a really inopportune place to get stuck, I'm afraid. I'll tell you what I can do. Hang on. Well, actually no, can you get out? Dismount. I'm gonna get you to go pick up that Piet. Here's a good chap. And we might even put it to use. Right. Let's come round and we'll start with this and we'll see what happens. Now he's made the spot. I'm not expecting good things, but we'll try. We can but try. Definitely knows it's there. Go down and have a look at that in a moment. Oh, that's a lot of red icons. Really? You just gonna let him go? Now it may be that we simply cannot beat the armor in that thing. So that's why he's not going to even try. Which is, I suppose, understandable. It's a very awkward situation, to be honest. Alright. Enough of that Mexican standoff. Let's go back. See how we got on trying to deal with these two chaps. On fire. Still just trying to run away, unfortunately. Looks like it's actually our infantry getting the job done a bit more here. I don't know if it's enough to actually cause any casualties. Well, maybe cause one to run away there. Oh, where is this guy going? Oh, he got really scared by that grenade, which is fair enough. Well, I'm going to send him pretty much right back in. Oh, I wouldn't give for some mortars. They've got a lot of dudes hanging about here. We can be seen by no one? Probably this chap who's broken. Oh, and surrendered, that's why. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. So we'll lose that whenever he finally gives up. Right, hopefully you have recovered. And we can try this again. Just get yourself just to... In fact, if you just sit in this opening for a start. And then you should have... You won't have sight from there, but we'll have vision down here. And then we can decide if we want to proceed. Meanwhile, you, my man, need to get to... Is that the dead chap? Ah, that's the problem with the foliage. Right, I'm going to put a quick cut in as I look for my fallen soldier.